let's keep it 100. SmackDown Live tonight compared to Monday Night Raw. If we're going to do a side-by-side comparison from tonight's episode of SmackDown Live versus Monday Night Raw from last night, SmackDown Live made Monday Night Raw feel like amateur hour. Now, I don't want to come off like I am this SmackDown fanboy. I know a lot of you freaking Bati boys right now on social media going out there and saying that SmackDown Live is the A show and stuff like that. I thought honestly tonight SmackDown Live for April 24, 2018, that was live from Louisville, Kentucky. I thought honestly, post Superstar Shakeup, being that it was the go-home show to the greatest Royal Rumble ever, supposedly this Friday, I thought tonight's show was a solid show. A show that was easy to sit through. It had its moments, yes, but nonetheless, compared to Raw, I thought SmackDown had the better show. But that's my opinion, of course. I want to hear from all you motherflowers down below in the comment threads, or if not, let me know on Twitter at HeelSteven. Your thoughts on tonight's episode of SmackDown Live, guys. If you are new to this channel, motherflower, do yourself a favor. Hit that subscribe button down below. Also, while you're at it, motherflowers, give this video a big old thumbs up. Because, you want to, motherflower. I see you, motherflower. I see you. Just saying. Also, while you're at it, motherflowers, share this video throughout your entire social media platforms. Facebook, Twitter, wherever you motherflowers want to share videos. You can also follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven, like I said earlier, where I tweet throughout Raw, SmackDown Live, NXT, pay-per-views, and all that fun stuff. And above all else, with all you awesome motherflowers. So, SmackDown Live tonight kicked off with what was supposed to be what people were saying, the most anticipated Miz TV segment of the year, or if not of all time. People were saying that, I don't know why. Between The Miz and Daniel Bryan. This has been building up for almost 2 years since that episode of Talking Smack where The Miz went off on Daniel Bryan, right? And as you all know, Daniel Bryan made a request to Paige to have Miz come over to SmackDown Live after the Superstar Shakeup, or during the Superstar Shakeup. And now Miz on SmackDown Live. People are now anticipating the big match. Miz and Daniel Bryan. It's gonna go down. We cannot wait. And it kicked off with Miz TV. Miz pretty much said now that the Miz is back on SmackDown Live, SmackDown Live is now the A show. And being that, Daniel Bryan is here, he talked about Daniel Bryan. Talked about how Daniel Bryan still has this giant grudge with him after what happened 2 years ago or so on Talking Smack when The Miz told the truth. The Miz pretty much told it like it is to Daniel Bryan's face, how The Miz is going to, at the greatest Royal Rumble, beat, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, Samoa Joe in that ladder match to become arguably the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time, a 9-time Intercontinental Champion. He's going to make the belt legitimate again and all that. And he talked about how, how he is also a changed man. Since the birth of his daughter, Monroe Sky, he now, all that changed him, and he no longer has that, remorse or that sorrow towards Daniel Bryan. And he would figure that, hey, Daniel Bryan would be the same way because, hey, he's also a father. But apparently it's not. And apparently, as you all know, when the Superstar Shakeup happened, Daniel Bryan went on Twitter, says he's going to punch Miz in the face, some shit like that. People were chanting, punch in his face, punch in the face, something like that. And we were supposed to get Daniel Bryan, and out came Big Cass, all dressed up in a suit. That's right, Big Cass dressed up in a suit. And he said that he is now the guest on Miz TV. It's not going to be Daniel Bryan. And Miz went on to say, I don't need your help, if that's what you're thinking. And Big Cass, in my opinion, cut the best promo of his career. Hands down, the best promo of his career. And you know what? You can say that's a reach right now, but I felt like he was on to something. He talked about how he was gone for 7 months with a fucked up ACL, and how he tried to come back on time, try to rehab the injury. And just when he got cleared, Daniel Bryan got cleared as well. And everyone was talking about Daniel Bryan. How Daniel Bryan, in Big Cass's eyes, is a little man. Is an average Joe Schmo who should be putting tiles in his kitchen, that is, per Big Cass. How he should be taking out his trash, but instead, he's on SmackDown Live giving out trash to the people. And people were booing, obviously. And he also went on to say that, hey, he is where the money's at, which is something that he said a long time ago when he was with Enzo Amore, when they had their split. He talked about also how when he was little, he was bullied by everyone. And then, as time went on, he got tall, and he confronted every single bully that confronted him. And essentially, for Big Cass, Daniel Bryan reminds him of how Big Cass used to be. Hence why, he's taking out Daniel Bryan left and right. And apparently during the show, he laid out Daniel Bryan. Laid him out. So essentially that's what happened here. That's what pretty much happened. And essentially, The Miz tried to get back into this as well. Say, hey, you know what? What have you done for me lately? Miz being the multiple Grand Slam champion, multiple time Intercontinental champion, may have been at WrestleMania. But essentially, all that led to them, trying to, or in this case, The Miz, trying to, associate with Big Cass. Hey, it's all about Daniel Bryan. The focus with Daniel Bryan. But Big Cass then went on to say, hey, listen, he could even take out The Miz. But people were cheering as well. So essentially, the vibe that I get is this, okay? Big Cass is, I don't want to say he's a heel, though I think he, obviously that's what they're trying to portray him as, a heel. But it's more like a tweener, like, I don't give a fuck mode and shit. I'm going to do what I want to do. That's the vibe I get. Now, we found out later on in the show that it's going to be Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass. Now, it hasn't been established that Big Cass is going to be affiliated or associated with The Miz. Obviously, as you all know, Miz no longer has the Miztourage, so he needs a muscle. He needs some sort of security, bodyguard, protection, if you will. That hasn't been established yet. I think it will, but I get the direction they're going with as well. And I know people are upset with the idea that, oh, it's Big Cass and Daniel Bryan. Why, oh, why? And here's the thing about it. Bryan just came back, okay? You can't expect this fucker to go out there and right out the gate become WWE champion or win a championship, period. It's not going to happen here today or tomorrow. It's going to happen eventually. Just have to wait it out, And I think a program between him and Big Cass is not a bad program at all. I think it's just a one and done match. All this just to get to The Miz. Now, you could do at the Greatest Royal Rumble. You could essentially have Miz win the Intercontinental Championship again. At the same time, does Miz really need the Intercontinental Championship again? No, he does not. It could, hey, help it out. Because you think about it too, years ago, Daniel Bryan had to vacate the Intercontinental title. So they could build off that as well. But nonetheless, it's something for Bryan to do. Just got back from injury, what have you. And at the same time, eventually we're going to see the Miz match with Daniel Bryan. I say SummerSlam, but who the hell knows at this point in juncture. Okay? But I thought overall this was a good way to kick off the show. Big Cass, in my opinion, cut a very, very good promo. Probably one of the best promos of his career thus far since being a singles act. And which leads to question I want to leave it to all of you out there. Is Big Cass on the money? Let me know down below the comment thread. Let me know. Or if not, on Twitter, @HeelSteven. I would love to see you guys. I would love to see your responses, motherflowers. We then get the Iconics in the ring. They were making fun of Becky Lynch. They're talking about how if Asuka lost to Charlotte and both the Iconics, I don't even know why they're being called the Iconics. Why not just call them the Iconic Duo? I'm just saying. But they were saying how, a couple weeks ago, they were responsible for Charlotte to lose her women's title. So essentially, that makes them better than Asuka. And they were just going at it, talking back and forth. You doing usually the shit they did in NXT. People were booing, obviously, so they served a purpose. And they were making fun of Becky Lynch. Out came Becky Lynch, and then out came Asuka. So we had a tag team match, playa, between the iconic Peyton Royce and Billie Kay versus Asuka and Becky Lynch. I thought this match, for what it was an okay match. They didn't really go along or anything like that, but the right team got the win. So they try to make this whole thing where, Becky Lynch and Asuka never teamed together. So there could be that miscommunication, which there was. I want to say that Becky bumped into Asuka. Wasn't intentional or anything like that. And that pretty much started the whole, the beginning of the end, if you will, where essentially Peyton Royce hit Becky's head on the ring post and then rolled her up, had her foot on the rope for the 1, 2, 3. So the Iconics got the win. I'm sorry, to me, they're still the iconic duo. But essentially, they got the win, which, again, it made sense for them to win. It really did make a lot of sense. The right team went over. So there you go with that. We then had Jimmy Uso versus Eric Rowan. I guess he's now being called Rowan. But before this, there was a whole segment backstage where Naomi talked to Jimmy Uso about what happened last week, how she was worried, how she saw into Eric Rowan and Luke Harper's eyes, and she saw nothing, right? But Jimmy Uso told her not to worry, that Jay has his back. If anything happens at the Greatest Rumble, they're going to beat the Bludgeon Brothers and get back their tag titles, and to stay in the back, don't come out. Then we have the match, and what do you know? Naomi comes out, distracts Eric Rowan and Luke Harper, who essentially Eric Rowan was having his way with Jimmy Uso. Having his way with him, right? There's no way he could lose. No way. He gets distracted. And from the outside, Jey Uso hits a super kick on Luke Harper. And then Jimmy Uso rolls up Eric Rowan for the 1, 2, 3. And Jimmy Uso gets the win. Now, do I mind the win? No, I don't mind it at all. I get it. Fine. You want to give these guys some momentum, some hope. But at the same time, it's like, I get it. Naomi is the wife of Jimmy Uso, so she's supposed to be concerned for the safety of her husband. But at the same time, it's like, you won the Women's Battle Royal at WrestleMania, and they're doing nothing with that. You would assume that, hey, they'll put her in the title picture or award her with a championship match. Nothing, no. She's just been involved in the storyline, distracting to help her husband get the win, essentially here. We also got a video package of Andrade Cien Alma with Zelina Vega. They're coming soon. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for those two to debut. Just saying. All right. We then get the contract signing of Carmella and Charlotte as they're going to go at it at Backlash for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Essentially here, Carmella repeatedly showed a highlight video of herself and tried to make the crowd cheer for her, which didn't work. Charlotte then showed up and interrupted, slammed Carmella's head on the table, and flipped it onto her, and then that was literally the contract signing. Again, every single contract signing in WWE always end with the brawl. Let's get that clear here, okay? That being said, my prediction is this. And I know eventually I'll do a prediction video for Backlash, but I predict this. You do not have Charlotte beat Carmella at Backlash. It's too soon. I get it at the same time. Charlotte is the female Roman Reigns, right? So eventually she has to win the belt back. But right now, no. I think, again, you milk this with Carmella as long as you possibly can. But we'll see how this goes. Again, it's WWE for you. At the same time, I'm still contemplating whether or not should I go to Backlash. Because, again, Backlash is in my hometown. It's in New Jersey. So I'm still debating if I should go or not. Let me know down below. If you're going to go to Backlash, let me know in the commenters below if you're going to Backlash. We then get a video package backstage with AJ Styles in the club. They're back together, as that was the main event tonight. It was the club reunited again. AJ Styles, Carl Anderson, and Luke Gallows versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Aiden English and Rusev of Rusev Day. We then get Shelton Benjamin coming out. We thought it was going to be him versus Jeff Hardy, but no, out came Randy Orton the same way that Jeff Hardy interrupted Orton last week. So literally, Hardy was literally halfway near the entrance area, right? He stands there, right? They stop his music, and boom, right off the bat, they play Orton's music. Like, he was waiting for that moment to happen, right? He just waited and shit. Instead of just keep walking to the ring. And out comes Orton. They have the match. Benjamin and Orton. What really I liked about the match? Not anything about the match as a whole, but just the small details, okay? I want to say it was what's this dude's name? Who's the face right now on SmackDown? Phillips. Tom Phillips. Oh my god, I'm having a fucking brain freeze right now. So Tom Phillips gives a detail, gives like a little thing. Oh, you know how they're in Louisville, Kentucky, right? And how a while ago, right? Or years ago, these two guys were in OVW. Literally in Louisville, Kentucky, in the Davis Arena, and how apparently years ago, Shelton Benjamin was always impressed by how accurate Orton's dropkicks were. So I like that small detail, how they were both in developmental together, and here they are now. It's like, you can go back in time, like, holy shit. Orton, Benjamin, and Hardy. I feel like I'm watching WWE back in 2008 all over again. Which essentially I don't mind, because at the same time, you need some of those old school names to mix it up with the young talent of today. I'm all for it. Don't get me the fuck wrong. The match for what it was, again, it was an okay match. There was a moment in the match where Randy Orton teases that he's going to toss Shelton Benjamin onto Jeff Hardy, who was sitting at a ringside, right? And he essentially just lifts up Benjamin, throws him into the table, didn't break at all, gets back into the ring. Jeff Hardy is standing at ringside, and out comes a guy wearing a mask and chops the leg of Jeff Hardy, runs around the ring, gets in the ring by Randy Orton, takes off the mask, and it ends up being Sunil Singh. And as you all know, Jinder Mahal has a match with Jeff Hardy at the Greatest Royal Rumble. So he sent his minion out to SmackDown Live to attack Jeff Hardy, which he did. Gets hit with the RKO, and Shelton Benjamin picks up the win after hitting the pay dirt. I know I said it wrong, but pay dirt. And beats Randy Orton. That's a big win. Even though it's like years overdue, but fuck it. It's a big win in itself, Essentially what this does as well, because to my understanding, Randy Orton is going to face Jeff Hardy at Backlash. If I'm wrong on that, I apologize. So let's say Orton does beat Hardy at Backlash for the U.S. title. That is, of course, if Jeff Hardy is still the U.S. champion come Backlash. There's a match for them to do with Shelton Benjamin. Why the fuck not? It makes a lot of sense to me, motherflowers, but we'll see if they even go that route. We then get the main event of the evening. We get Shinsuke Nakamura, Rusev Day being Aiden English and Rusev versus AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson. The return of the club. Somebody cease and desist me, motherflowers. Seriously. And I thought the match for what it was okay. Not bad. But what was the highlight of this shit was Nakamura's new theme song. Damn, that song was so badass. It was fire, bro. Listen, it's crazy. Meek Mills came out of jail today, came out of jail, and Nakamura had a fucking new theme song. Shut up and take my money, motherflowers. I'm telling you right now, Meek Mills is about to have one of the most anticipated albums of the year. Move over, J. Cole. I'm just kidding, motherflower. Just kidding, okay? It's all about Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny, baby. I'm just saying, all right? But the point of the matter is, I thought this match, for what it was an okay match. Everyone had their moments here, if you will. It ended up with Nakamura pinning Gallows after he had a Kinshasa in the back of the head. And after the match, right, Styles went on to attack Nakamura, try to, get some retribution for all the low blows that he's been encountering ever since WrestleMania, right? And AJ go for his combination and go for like the spinning fist. Nakamura ducks and low blows him again. Like, you would think this motherflower, right, AJ Styles, would learn to wear a cup. Like Brock Lesnar, right, eventually wore a cup after Undertaker low blowed him multiple times back in 2015. You would think AJ would learn from that, right? Like, come on, motherflower, learn from that shit, And then low blows him. He's about to hit the Kinshasa, Nakamura, that is, to Styles. And Carl Anderson sacrifices himself as the good brother that he is and gets laid out with the Kinshasa. Styles is staring. And they're trying to do this whole thing where Styles is trying to crawl for the save, and Nakamura hit once again the Kinshasa on Carl Anderson. And that's how they essentially closed the show, with Nakamura getting momentum again, heading into the greatest Royal Rumble. And that's how we close the show. Again, I didn't think SmackDown was bad, essentially. I thought SmackDown tonight was a solid show. I'm not saying it was the greatest show of all time, if you will, but compared to Monday Night Raw, SmackDown blew Raw out of the water. Hands down. And again, you got some build-up. We got some matches for Backlash. We got Big Cass versus Daniel Bryan. We got Carmella versus Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's title. We got Andrade Cien Almas debuting real soon. We had the New Day eating pancakes backstage as usual. We had a phone segment with Ty Dillinger and R-Truth, who R-Truth apparently was in St. Louis, Missouri, not in Kentucky. He still feels he's on Monday Night Raw. But nonetheless, I thought also we had a Samoa Joe promo talking about the ladder match and Backlash beating up Roman Reigns and shit like that. So again, SmackDown won tonight. To me, is it the A show? I'm not going to sit here and be like every single SmackDown mark, SmackDown the A show. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. No. But nonetheless, I thought SmackDown was a solid show. That's my opinion. I, for one, wanted from you all, you mother flowers. Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on the show, if you enjoyed it or not. Or if not, on Twitter at HeelSteven. I'll be back tomorrow with my NXT review. Also tomorrow, I will be doing my overall thought, a video on my thoughts on the Bruno Sammartino documentary that aired on the WWE Network after Monday Night Raw last night. So if you are new to this channel, mother flowers, hit that subscribe button down below. Seriously, hit that sub button down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up. Hit that bell icon. Be notified when I drop a video every single time. All right? Also, while you're at it, we got that merch, mother flower. We got that merch over there at Teespring, the Team Hill Podcaster. We got 2 shirts up on the store right now. We got the Certified Mother Flower shirt and as well at the Team Hill Podcast t-shirt. Big thank you goes out to Salrex for these awesome designs. So if you want to copy yourself some of that awesome merch, head over to teespring.com/store/Team Heel Podcast and get yours now, mother flowers. What the hell are you waiting for, mother flower? Go cop a shirt. Can be selling like a guy at church. I cannot believe I just said the Jake Paul line. I feel terrible now. Seriously. But that's it for me, guys. I am out like Jenna's titties. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, mother flowers, it's wrestling and whatever. Peace out, mother flowers. Seriously, that Nakamura theme song and Meek Mill's coming out of jail. God damn it. Bad Bunny, get your shit together, bruh.